What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bios3 Raw TV. Today we're going to talk about cardio and muscle loss, and that comes about because I've been getting emails lately, and one of them was from a new client who said that he wasn't doing any cardio. Let's fucking fix this camera angle. Wasn't doing any cardio because he didn't want to lose muscle. Now, I kind of stepped back and was like, why is anybody worried about losing muscle? I myself just had to diet off about 10 pounds of muscle for the next competition I have 5 days from now. Let me tell you, losing muscle is not easy. Losing actual muscle tissue is not easy. You have to fucking try really hard to lose muscle. I don't know where this whole cardio makes you lose muscle thing. I mean, I guess most people, cardio can be catabolic. There's no doubt about it. But your diet has more to do with you losing muscle than cardio or, well, weight training. You have to train with weights to maintain your muscle mass. But if you're training with your weights to maintain muscle mass, your protein intake's the right amount, then no, cardio is not going to burn muscle off you. Here's what happens. Here's the phenomenon that people think they're burning muscle. They start a diet. Monday morning, they start their diet. Now, they've probably been eating way more fucking calories and carbohydrates than they should, whether it's coming from sugar carbs or complex carbs or whatever the case may be, for a decent period of time. Now, they're sitting at like 25% body fat for a guy. They have plenty of body fat. They automatically start to restrict their carbohydrates compared to what it was. I mean, they may not go zero carb. Some people go zero carb, but they start to restrict their carbohydrates. Now, as the carbohydrates are restricted, you lose glycogen. Glycogen comes out of the muscle, and with glycogen comes water. The muscle flattens out. Okay, by flatten out meaning it starts to deflate. The muscle you think you had, you never had. And that's part of the problem to begin with. You're not going catabolic. I have people going, I'm going catabolic. How the fuck do you know you're going catabolic? I mean, I know whether or not you're going catabolic. I know what the signs are. You'd be like, I started to shrink up. I lost like 6 pounds in 2 weeks. So all of a sudden you're catabolic. How was your strength? Strength was good. How was your waist? Waist went down. How's your arms? Arms stayed the same. Oh, so you're catabolic. No, you're not. You fucking didn't have the muscle to begin with. That's part of the problem. If you take a piece of steak and you open up the container, you take the steak and you throw it on the grill, and you cook the steak, what happens when the steak is done cooking? It goes from being this big to about this big, okay? The thing shrinks. The piece of meat shrinks. The water is pulled out of the steak, okay? And that's why you weigh your meats cooked and not uncooked. You don't weigh 8 ounces of chicken uncooked. It's 8 ounces of chicken cooked, because you throw the chicken breast on a thing like this, it comes out like this, all right? As the water comes out, the muscle shrinks, and that's what you're perceiving as losing muscle. Trust me, to lose muscle, you have to restrict your calories, and I'm talking about protein too. And most people are not restricting their protein. If there's one thing people get enough of, it's protein, especially people that are guys that are into bodybuilding and lifting. That's the fucking first thing they know is, I gotta take protein shakes, gotta increase my protein, take my creatine. Like, there's certain things that you just automatically do. But next thing you know, they're like, I don't want to do any cardio because I don't want to lose muscle. Now, I have done 2 hours of cardio a day, an hour and a half weightlifting session per day, or 4 days a week, 5 days a week, depending on what my split was. On top of that, a keto diet, okay? And still, in the end, only lost a couple pounds of muscle over the course of 3 to 4 months. So, with all that cardio, you think that doing 20 minutes of cardio 5 or 6 days a week at an easy pace is going to make you lose muscle? I don't know where these myths come from, but I mean, it boggles my mind that they're still out there. People still think that they're actual facts. To lose muscle is, well, let's put it this way. To lose muscle, you have to have unless you're on steroids. If you come off steroids, you will lose muscle very quickly. Okay, that's just a fact. Once that anabolic switch is flipped off, you're going to lose muscle very quickly. But you have to have, just like to gain muscle, to lose muscle, you have to have all those right things in the right place, which means protein has to be reduced, cardio has to be upped, weight training has to be the same thing. You have to somehow make the weight training catabolic. So now you're not training to failure. Now you're not training with maximum weights. You're training with lighter weights so the body doesn't have to adapt and maintain that muscle mass. Now over time you're going to lose muscle, and trust me, when you start to lose muscle, it's a different feeling than when you just flatten out. And it takes time, and I think, like I said, a lot of people haven't built the muscle that they think they have. And when they start to lose that water, they automatically, it's the same thing with fat. People are like, I lost 10 pounds the first week. Well, you didn't lose 10 pounds of fat, you lost 10 pounds of water. There's a lot of water that comes out of the body like that. So be aware, you're not losing muscle by adding cardio. You fucking need cardio. You need cardio for your heart, if anything else, to be healthy. for God's sakes, you got people that are, and first of all, if you're 25%, 30% body fat, you shouldn't be worried about fucking losing muscle. There's plenty of stored energy in your body for it to use for energy, that it's not going to start tapping into muscle because you did a little bit of cardio. So be aware, it takes a lot more than you think to lose muscle. Biowestertraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biowestertraining.com is a blog. It's the Not Losing Muscle Bicep, and we're out.